Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Friday to you. Wow, what a market here we've seen lately. I did not expect to see anything under $10, honestly, for ICP, but then again, expecting to see low 92K range is pretty unexpected as well for Bitcoin, at least this quick. So we had a very aggressive candle wick sell-off from 98 to basically 92K in just a quick 4-hour period. So very big manipulative wick or candle last night or sometime early this morning, basically when I was sleeping. Majority of my US members were probably sleeping too, to wake up to a funky condition there. Anyway, a lot of coins responded well to this. ICP is no different. It's right back to where it left off before that occurred. So good news is that greed has been quickly scooped up, and the likelihood of, again, maintaining $10 is pretty high. Keep in mind, on the daily time frame, we still haven't closed officially below $10, so there's a good chance that'll still be a support level. So round number, $10 is that support. And again, that goes back to the local high here back in September when we couldn't cross that level, and we are finally back testing that, so to speak. Cool. So let's take a look at the backend data, see what's going on, and just talk about a few important factors here. And to those who have been following me, or maybe you're new to the channel, thanks again so much for just being excellent parts of my life. Awesome, super cool, chill people here for my ICP group. So appreciate that. There are some toxic communities out there I've noticed, but ICP seems to be pretty awesome for the most part. So thank you. Let's take a look here at liquidation. First of all, we can see heavy liquidation at 950. That makes sense because a lot of folks expected $10 to hold. It should have, honestly. The first test we had there recently came down as low as 980. It's pretty common just to see a little wick down below a support, but this last aggressive sell-off from Bitcoin was very unnecessary. But again, it destroyed anyone who had a leveraged trade open pretty much for the most part. So all the more reason why yesterday I mentioned to my community, hey, I'm just pausing trades for a day or two. Relax, take it easy on the sidelines, wait for confirmation. No need to try to catch a falling knife. If you insist on trading, trade with no leverage or low leverage. Again, just in case you're not familiar, I sent that out through my premium group here. We took some nice profits from AVAX yesterday too, but generally speaking, yeah, again, do not recommend taking a trade in either direction right now. Today, that changes a little bit, but also still kind of consistent, mainly because of the simple fact that we want the market to stabilize. If Bitcoin can hold 97K today, then I think longs from altcoins makes sense, right? But again, between now and then, there's a lot of factors that we want to consider, and just jumping in blindly is a bad idea. Quickly to note, before we look at the larger time frames, we can see this previous resistance. Last I analyzed this, 1325 was that support turn resistance, and the price action didn't close above, so obviously that was invalidated, and the price action did end up moving down here. So that's kind of where we're at there. If we come back to reclaim 1325, just know it'll probably be a resistance level for us. Take a look here at the SMAs on the daily. We got, what do you know, that golden pocket and the 20-day SMA hanging out in that range too. So solid amount of confluence there at the $13 area. So if we do retest 13, just know probably just be an initial rejection and then consolidate maybe at the $12 range before the next leg up. That's hypothetically how it should work. if only the charts worked the exact way that it's supposed to. Again, when I say supposed to, just traditional markets or slightly less volatile markets have more consistency with patterns. Bitcoin being kind of a little bit on the crazy side lately, it's causing altcoins to sporadically jump up and down. So just know that this is par for the course. This is very standard stuff. I hate to normalize it, but it's very common. So if you don't like this, you're probably in the wrong industry. And if you want to get better, maybe join our Trading Academy community or Signals group. Link down below for that. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Do not hesitate. But if we look here at some information, we can recognize that RSI is pretty low. It could come lower, so there could be more downside. But money flow index getting closer to that sweet spot, so we should see a pivot or a bounce here soon. We kind of already have, but I'm speculating that $10 should still hold as a support. Again, pending Bitcoin doesn't run lower than 97K, we should see a slow recovery from ICP. Stochastic swinging up, MACD's converging, or at least trying to converge. We got some decent things going on, but they're not phenomenal. We got to recognize the 50-day SMA is right here at about 11. I'm rounding up to say $11. That was a previous support range. We can presume that may be a new resistance for us at about 1085, which kind of already has. It's kind of the top four so far for today. Now we take a look here at the 4-hour. We can recognize that we're below all moving averages. Very few coins are otherwise today. We are below 50 on the RSI. Stochastic swinging up, money flow index slowly increasing, MACD trying to converge. These are all like early signs that we're seeing a shift in momentum, but there's no confirming factors letting us know that we are we're good to go, good to take a long position and feel confident about it. If you do take a long right now, you got to watch it close and make sure that you're not being just kind of an emotional idiot, as I like to say. In other words, some folks will just take longs on coins that are their favorite because they had luck in the past, and why wouldn't that change? Well, we're still in a descending trend. So until that changes, we got to respect the fact that we're in a descending type of pattern, right? So this hasn't changed at all yet. I mean, we take a look at this trend line, pretty consistent there with a lot of moving averages. And until we break above that, there's no reason to consider otherwise, okay? And again, when I say emotional idiot, I don't mean disrespect if that's kind of how you are. It's normal to feel that way. But the truth is, if you're trading outside of spot, you shouldn't be using leverage and being like an emotional trader, right? Because again, it's only going to get you buried in the end. Because a lot of times folks they'll like they'll revenge trade and a lot of different things that can happen, and it's just not safe. So low leverage, low position size, or no leverage right now is probably the best way to go. Let's take a look at the hourly. Just quickly to note here, this is probably going to confirm, which it does. All charts are pretty much looking the same here. We're below the cloud, conversion line's below the baseline. We got a lot of momentum, a lot of resistance. Lagging span is getting close to intersecting, which implies that if you have a short position open, you may want to consider securing profits, but it doesn't tell us that we want to take a long. We won't have that window of opportunity for another 12 to 24 hours until the price action goes sideways and up and closes above the cloud, which puts us at 1350 or higher. But I'd much rather recommend 1385 or higher because that's one of the local supports that should work as a new resistance. So in a perfect world, again, we're in a very imperfect crypto world, but this is what that would look like, okay? Hypothetically, we reject off 1380, come back down and retest local support around 10, and then retest that 11 plus range with a breakout to the upside. Okay, that's all good stuff there. So hypothetically, you take a long somewhere in this range with a little more confidence after having waited for that range to be established. Okay, because in order to break a descending trend, you got to establish range-bound activity and or higher highs and higher lows. None of those things have happened yet. Okay, look for that first before you take a trade. Other than that, honestly, that's pretty much all we got here. Nothing too exciting for this coin. Just kind of standard retracement. If the price does end up pulling back a little further, low $9 range would be hypothetically a support level. We should be able to see some support considering how much volume we saw when the price action entered this zone. So I'm speculating if we do lose 10, we'll probably be range bound between $8.80 and $10. I'll post a playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord here shortly. That'll be available for you here soon if you want. And of course, obviously, if you want to join us over at Bitunix too, folks, amazing deposit bonus right now. No KYC or VPN required exchange. And they have a benefit every single month. Last month was like a 60K prize pool. Next month, who knows, it'll probably be something great. You qualify automatically by using my link to register. So check it out. It's cool stuff. Thanks again so much for being just an awesome part of my life, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.